Everything feels normal. Nothing seems wrong. Until something small happens. Something you can't explain. And suddenly, you realize you were never safe to begin with. These are 3 true horror stories that started completely normal. A young woman found the listing late at night. It was posted on a local housing site. Free rent, free utilities. All she had to do was take care of the house. At first, it sounded fake, but everything looked real. The photos were clean, the neighborhood looked quiet, and she needed a place to stay. So she contacted the owner. He replied almost instantly. He said he lived out of state and just needed someone responsible. No contract, no payment, just trust. That should have been the first red flag, but she ignored it. 2 days later, she moved in. The first night was quiet. Too quiet. No neighbors, no sounds, just silence. Around 2:30 a.m., she woke up. Not because of a noise, but because it suddenly felt like someone was watching her. She sat up slowly. Her room was dark. Nothing moved. She told herself it was just anxiety, until she noticed something. Her bedroom door was slightly open. She was sure she had locked it. Uneasy. The next morning, she checked the house. Everything seemed normal until she reached the hallway closet. It was slightly open. Inside, there were clothes, not hers, men's clothes, and they weren't old. They looked recently used. That night, she didn't sleep. Around 3 a.m., she heard it. Footsteps. Slow, heavy, coming from inside the house. She locked her door and didn't move. The footsteps stopped right outside her room. Then, silence. A few seconds later, her doorknob slowly turned, but it was locked. Whoever was outside stayed there for almost a full minute, then walked away. The next morning, she packed everything and left without telling the owner. 3 days later, she got a message from him. It said, "I wish you hadn't gone into the closet." But that wasn't the only time something like this happened. A college student ordered a ride home at 1:15 a.m. It was a normal night, nothing unusual. The driver arrived quickly. An older guy, quiet. He didn't say much, which was fine. At first, they started driving. Everything felt normal, until she noticed something strange. He wasn't following the GPS. She looked at her phone. The route was different, way different. She said politely, "I think the GPS is the other way." The driver didn't respond. He just kept driving. That's when she felt it, that quiet panic. She checked her phone again. No signal. Then, slowly, the driver finally spoke. Softly, "You don't need that." Her heart dropped. The road was empty. No cars, no lights, just darkness. She slowly reached for the door handle. Locked. Of course. Then she did something risky. She pretended to call someone and said loudly, "Yeah, I'm almost home. I see you outside." The driver's eyes shifted just for a second, but it was enough. He slowed down, pulled over, and unlocked the doors. He didn't say a word. She got out and ran. She didn't look back.
The next day, she checked the app. The ride didn't exist. No history, no driver, nothing. And the next story might be the most disturbing of them all. A man lived alone in a small house, a quiet area, no problems, nothing strange, at least at first. One night, he heard something fall in the kitchen. He went to check. Nothing was there, just a cup on the floor. He assumed it slipped and went back to bed. The next morning, his fridge was open. He was sure he had closed it, but again, he ignored it. Over the next few days, small things kept happening. Doors slightly open, lights turning on, things moving just a little, enough to notice, but not enough to prove anything. Then, one night, he set up his phone to record, just in case. He left it facing the kitchen and went to sleep. The next morning, he checked the footage. At first, nothing. Hours of empty space. Then, around 2:47 a.m., something moved. The kitchen door slowly opened, and someone walked in. A man, thin, pale, moving slowly, like he knew the place. He walked to the fridge, opened it, ate something. Then he turned and directly looked at the camera. He smiled and walked out of frame. The man watching the footage froze because he realized something. That camera was inside his house, and the only way in was locked. He moved out the same day. But here's the worst part. When he checked the footage again, later that night, the man in the video was standing much closer to the camera, just staring. Sometimes, the scariest things aren't the ones you see right away. They're the ones that slowly reveal themselves. And by the time you realize the truth, it's already too late.
And sometimes, the scariest part isn't what you just heard. It's the fact that it actually happened. And there are more stories like this waiting to be told. If you made it this far, you don't just watch these stories, you understand them. So before you leave a like, not for the video, but to let us know you're still paying attention. And if you want more stories like this, the kind most people never finish watching, subscribe, because once you start noticing these things, you don't really want to stop.